Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of A Contagious Smile Unstoppable with your sexy, lovely vixen, Victoria Cure, who's the author of at least
Oh,
41
good
books.
grief.
So, y'all be sure to check them out. Her first book, a memoir by her, called Who Kicked First? And the follow up prequel, Narc, Who's There? Y'all go check those out on Amazon. Who Kicked First and Narc, Who's There? Without any further ado, here's my lovely soulmate, my awesome sauce wife, Victoria.
What have you done?
Nothing.
What have you done?
Nothing. I cooked dinner and that's it.
He's a happy man
I am a happy
because
man. I'm married to you, woman.
you're a happy man because on Thursday,
Yes.
Faith changed her name, her first name, but we're not going to release. We are going to say that she changed her first name, but she is going to remain Faith to everybody who knows her. Um, Worldwide. We're going to keep her name there. But she changed her name. And then an extra special little treat was what? What was that?
Go ahead, tell him.
No,
No,
this
you
is
said.
your thing. Go ahead.
Can we say this? So the POS bio father was removed
Sperm donor.
from her birth certificate, and I was put in stead.
In the stead?
In the stead.
In the stead.
Yes.
So the
So
rights were
yeah.
terminated. And
So dads, it is possible. How cool is that? I know. Mom, give yourself a pat.
so she wanted a completely fresh start. She wanted nothing to do with anything that has to do with that piece of shish kebab or the narcissistic grandparents. So she wanted to no longer have my maiden name. And so we did that. And even though from day one, I've always told her that Michael is the only person who would ever be a father to her, the only dad she's ever known. Um, it's officially done on paper, even though it was done in our hearts a day ago. So
And I don't know what this is, but y'all, the floodgates have opened up. This little girl went from sweet, innocent 14
oh my
to
gosh. Potty mouth.
the most, I don't know, seasoned veteran sailor I've
I
ever
think,
heard.
what was that guy? Andrew Dice Clay. I think she could give him a run.
Oh, yeah?
You don't remember Andrew Dice Clay?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you're gonna have to look him up later. Like, he was like a Eddie Murphy, like
Right.
raw,
Okay.
but he was like a New Yorker comedian who talked a whole bunch of crap. And so, yeah, he was always like, "How you doing? How you doing?" Yeah.
It's annoying.
Okay. Well, anyway, she could give Eddie Murphy a run. I mean,
She
seriously.
has been coming up with some good.
And then like today, she said, "Oh, I'm in the mood for a cheeseburger." So I said, "Well, let's go get you one." And every time she opened that mouth, it was some nasty, raunchy, and I was like, "Listen." And I was like, "Oh my God." And she goes, "That's what she said." And I said, "Where are you getting this, Dad?" And I was like, "Dad does not talk like this around you. Like, no, no." And I mean, she just thought she was a downright little riot. I mean, it was just like hysterical. And I'm like, no, 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 no more, no more. That's what she said. Oh, it's really.
She is hilarious, and y'all, she has written some beautiful poems.
She had you crying in the judge's chamber.
I think the judge was about to cry.
The judge did have tears.
I had a little bit of pollen.
There was not a little. I have it on a video. It was not a
So
little
our daughter stopped the judge and said, "Can I read a poem that
that
I
I
wrote
wrote. Hmm.
during the signing of the papers and all of this?" And it was a good special moment, very special.
It was so sweet. But then she had to add her little, what I call stucco touch to it, by being like, "You've always been my dad and my mom's lover." And I'm like, there it is. There it is.
So forgive us for last week. We were under the weather, and
Coughing our heads
yes,
off.
we still got a little nagging dry cough. So,
Yes.
podcasting.
Yeah.
Y'all need to know how to podcast. You need to get on a website.
Well, hold on now, Haas. It's not
It's
linked.
published, right?
It's not linked to the website yet. I am only one person with one hand doing all this. However, within the next 72 hours, you can go to our Facebook page or any of our other platforms, and I will explain how to start going and looking at our brand new podcast powerhouse
And Growth Academy.
and Growth Academy. My goal is to be offering a new class of some sort a week. Um, I've been doing this by myself. It's a lot of work. Can I say a lot? A lot of work. And it is going to give you the opportunity because I have no idea. I can't even begin to tell you how many classes and courses and training I've gone through over the years. Um, Ridiculous amounts. The money it costs is ridiculous. And I have learned what works and what doesn't. And if you look at our numbers, we were in the top 1% for a year and a half. And then when we almost lost faith, we because our focus was where it was supposed to be. But we put out, we have 3 different podcasts and they've all remained in the top 2 to 3%, even after all this has happened. And so, for instance, the last one that you and I put out got how many?
For the hacking episodes.
Right,
I think it was around 4.2
million. Yeah.
And that's not views, folks. That's listen score.
Yeah.
That's what, downloads?
No, those are totally separate.
So it's just listen.
Yeah. And the thing is that we have learned what works and what doesn't. My husband just yawned, so I am sorry because he just got me to yawn. But we've learned what works and what doesn't. And I have had the pleasure of working with up and coming podcasters to designing logos and marketing and social media content and watching people I've helped just skyrocket with their numbers. And we know what works. And so to know that you have the ability to have really more one-on-one, hands-on training to get you to where you want to be, you could either spend what, $50 here, $75 there, $100 here. But let me tell you how quickly that adds up. It adds up so quickly. Or you can learn from us, and we've done it. Our numbers speak for themselves. My husband is sitting right here with me. He'll tell you we have never had a marketing team. They can't read your head shake.
No, I'm shaking my head. No, y'all. We have not. I'm looking at my marketing team right now.
We've never had any outsource
She's looking at
assistants.
her editor.
We have never had any outsourced assistance with our growth of any kind. And we've learned what works and hasn't. And believe me, there has been some frustrated times. There has been some, I want to just put my head in a pillow and just scream times. But we now think we've pretty much got it down pat. Everything is, nothing is going to be the exact number every time, but we went from 0 to millions, and we want to help others learn how to do that the right way as well. So,
Okay, so the Contagious Smile has blossomed from 0 to millions in just under 4 years. Okay?
well, I've been doing a contagious smile for 19,
Right.
but we
What's
haven't been,
podcasting?
it's been 3 years.
Right, 3 years.
Yes.
All right.
3.
So within 72 hours from now,
This releases tomorrow at 5 a.m. So it'll technically be
you'll have your courses out there.
Tuesday. So let's say by end of day Friday.
Okay. I don't know. Your math and my math is
Well, mine's legitimate. Okay, let me teach you a new thing here.
okay.
This goes live on a calendar, say Tuesday at 5 a.m., and we're doing 3 days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? But like I said, let's just give it till Friday, end of business day. That way, all the time changes and all that, it'll be on by then. So let's just say end of business Friday, Easter Standard Time.
You're so damn cute. All right, so we got it. We want to learn how to podcast. We're going to go to a Contagious Smile. We're going to jump on a course and we're going to learn it.
You see, men do not listen. Go back. And I said, wait and see. And it'll be on our Facebook website. It'll be on all the other platforms. I haven't linked to our website yet. I have been able to get to the one woman, one arm, one person doing all this. Well, you can take my bionic nub and,
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's all out of love. And not only are we doing podcast, but we're teaching you how to like appropriately interview, how to get the right guests, how to do social media growth, when to post, when not to post, content creation, those kind of things, anything that's in the social media realm, how to really bring out and make videos and content and posts that will grab a hold, how to, um, link up with other people. Things like that really are what makes it work. And we have all the insights and we are going to help you along the way. So
hopefully we can inspire more couples like us to just.
There's not many couples like us.
I mean, you know how we are. We just sit down and talk. There's nothing we have that's scripted. My wife may read some article about, a school shooting or an officer down or something to that effect, just to get some, spice up in here.
Because we need help with spice.
You quit yawning.
It's your fault.
So, yeah, that's what I like to see more couples like us.
Well,
enjoying each other, podcasting,
uh-huh.
Some quality time with your significant other.
Well, I just would like to say total left field, and I'm gonna say it.
Is it politics?
No.
Okay.
No. No, I didn't even know who was in the Super Bowl until after it was over.
Some football players.
Right. But I'm just glad that Taylor Swift's team lost because her boyfriend's in it. And it was all they kept doing was showing her supposedly, and everybody was booing her. So
Is this the left field you were talking about?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I just want to say, and I'm going to wait till my husband finishes taking a sip of his beverage because I don't want him to spew that on me. I just want to say to a few people, shame on you. Shame on you. And that's what I'm going to say. Because let me tell you something. When you have the heart and the tenacity of someone who's as amazing as Faith, and you want to be an absolute piece of shit, and you know who you are. You know who you are. I don't even have to call you out. You know what? It doesn't faze me. For years and years and years, it did. It really fazed me. It bothered me. Tore me into pieces. No. Because you know what? Shame on you. I have a cyber stalker. Actually, I know this for a fact, who just is trying to sop up everything with a biscuit. And that's fine. But you know what? Shame on you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, that beautiful girl who has done nothing but try to love you. And when you were informed that she was in complete organ failure, your head was up your ass. When things don't go your way and you try to place blame on someone else because you can't even hold yourself accountable, shame on you. It's your loss. And this doesn't just reflect to one individual person. I can name on, well, I'd have to use my husband's hands because there's quite a few of you shameless little bastards out there that didn't even have the audacity or the niceness to even like say, wow, that's such an amazing news. Yet when you stump your toe, the whole world has to stop rotating because you can't find the right open toe shoe to walk around in because the heel is up your ass. That's all I'm going to say. I'm actually grateful that you didn't pull the phone out of your ass and reach out because it wouldn't have been heartfelt. It would have been bullshit. And because of that, it just showed your true colors more and more. And I know you're cyber stalking. I know because we have ways of finding out, and it's on both sides of our family that we have this, and we know for a fact. And I'm going to let my husband say something in a minute, which will just thoroughly impress me. And all I can do now is like left field.
Proud of you.
Good.
I'm very proud of you because you said this has tore me up for years,
Mm-hmm.
and you're letting it go. You're flipping that switch, so to speak. So I'm very proud of you.
And how do you feel about certain people who didn't even reach out to?
It, exactly. Shame on you. What? How selfish can you be?
We're talking about blood family,
Yeah, to
both
not
sides.
reach out and ask about, your kin now, your daughter, your granddaughter. Um, yeah,
Your niece,
yeah.
your,
So
I mean, it's on
you know
both
what?
sides.
But we do lead a stress-free life.
Yes.
A drama-free. Especially around the holidays, we don't have to deal with that nonsense. So, um, okay, that's our left field for tonight, y'all.
Yeah, but I'm proud that you're actually talking about the fact it's on your side too.
Yeah, and we're done with that. So
Your lost our game.
that's right. No, it's really their loss. No, wait, it's their loss because this is such a wonderful kid. Our faith has done incredible things in the short time that she's been here on Earth. That far surpass what they've done in their entire life,
Are we talking about my side, your side, or both?
both,
Okay.
and other people too. But I love our daughter. She's the best. She makes me happy. She makes me laugh. She's so freaking raunchy and hilarious. I come home.
She's your mini me.
She's so beautiful. She acts just like my wife. She acts just like me. And I tell her all the time. I said, "Girl, you're getting more like me all the time." I have to cry in shame, but I think I ruined her.
And she goes, damn right.
Right.
Damn right. It's so funny because if anybody says anything about you, she's like, the only person who can make fun of my dad is me. That's it. Anybody else gets me. And I was like, you think you're an angel. She's like, no, my halo is held up by horns. I mean, her timing is impeccable. It really is. I mean, she's got it down, to the moment. She's just amazing. And the inspiration and strength that she brings to light, is so, I mean, it just makes you want to be a better person. So many people, even in the medical community who has met her over the years, is just literally like better for knowing her. I remember she had a surgery. She had to be like 7.5. And we were leaving day surgery. We were walking, and somebody's like, "Hey, when's your surgery?" She's like, "I'm done. I'm out of here." And then we heard this little boy crying, and she asked what was wrong, and the little boy was scared. He was going in for surgery, and she asked the parents if she could talk to him, and she did. She went in there, and she's like, "I just had surgery. I'm done. I'm leaving. You've got to walk in the park. It's no big deal." And then she was like, "Let me tell you what to do." And of course, I was translating it the background. She was like, "When you get home, you make mom and dad wait on you hand and foot, and you make them like rub your feet and rub your back, and make you a warm bath, and give you lots of ice cream, and whatever you want. You watch your favorite movies and milk it." And I mean, and then he just kind of smiled. He was so cute. And that's just who she is. She always wants to help other people. But then stupid blankety blanks just want to use her for whatever they can, and then they go about themselves until they need something again, and that's when they come back around.
So I was reminiscing about how the times that I rubbed her feet
I've got video.
while she's laying in the
Hey,
hospital
I
bed.
did something so out of character for me. I got a pedicure with her and let her pick the color, and I begged her, and she was like, "Nope, come on, mom, we're gonna do it." I have black toes. And she was so excited that we painted our toes black, which is so out of character for me. And she just thought it was the coolest thing ever. That's just,
It's what we do as parents.
I mean, you are gay pride nails. I was very proud of you.
I didn't wear them intentionally, y'all.
Well, she put them on you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're still finding leftovers. Yeah, she's like, I should have used the glue, not the press on.
So while y'all are on Amazon perusing my wife's books, be sure to pick up her book by Faith. Was it, how's her name in there? I don't,
Puree Solomon.
Faith Cure Solomon. Yeah.
And
I don't know why I forgot that. I'm bored. So her book is called, or one of her 5 books called "I Am Kitten," Dad's Girl, and Dang Proud of It. So y'all get that.
and then I have to give a shout out. Have to tomorrow or today, as this is released, is my baby's birthday.
Oh my God.
It's Stucco's birthday. He's so cute. He's so cute. I'm looking over there. Stucco turns 3. He's so cute. He's got a bow tie for his birthday he'll be wearing. He's got a birthday little toy he's going to take around with him in his mouth, and some birthday treats, and then some birthday presents. And I will be taking videos and pictures of my sweet boy, who is just the best.
Stuckers are golden retriever.
Stucco is my service dog. And my husband's a little bitter because it's hysterical. No matter what, when I'm working, my husband stops to go to bed. I go and climb in bed with him. Now, granted, I wait till he falls asleep, which takes about 2.6 seconds, and then I work.
Ha ha.
But when my husband gets in the bed, Stucco comes flying up out of nowhere and literally gets between us.
Yeah, when I try to get my goodnight kiss
Or something else.
or my hug,
Or something else.
I get a paw. I get this joker laying on top of me, pushing me away, or get your paw off
My mama.
Yeah.
But then at night,
He is so jealous.
and then at night, he lays with his head on me and his butt literally and my husband's face, like literally in his face. And then
Yeah.
he releases the fumes of gas, which is hysterical. Really kind of funny. My boy.
What else you got in the works? You want to tell our listeners?
We're working on this huge academy, which is going to have, um, today I created a bunch of different badges that can be, um, reached by doing certain goals. And I'm looking at doing some events and working with some great people, let them come on and do some events that people can come in and take advantage of. It's a lot of work, one person to do to put this together from ground up.
I'm sure there's opportunity for others to participate in this academy at this early stage. Maybe to, I don't know, do something to help us.
And we had an email come in the other day. You want to tell people who that was from?
The video,
Yeah.
the video from Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yes.
Lou Diamond Phillips calls up my wife, knowing she's a married woman.
Hey, he did say sending lots of love.
I did like his goatee. Get that salt and pepper going on.
You have that salt and pepper going on.
Mine's getting more gray.
His is pretty gray. He was in New York.
But thank you there, Lou.
He listens to our shows.
I was saying, you really made my wife's day. She was just putting on airs.
What?
You just gloating.
Who would you like to see send us a message? You better be real careful.
A
No,
message?
she's in jail, or she will be.
Let's go with the big guy.
At least you didn't say Shakira. She's going to jail for tax
No.
evasion.
No. Let's go with Mr. Presidente, Donald Trump.
You know, he was the very first president ever in history to be active president and attend a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Really?
Still like to hear from Johnny Depp because you like him a lot.
I also like James Spader. And
Yes.
I also like
Where is Raymond Reddington at?
Denzel.
Amir, if you're listening,
Baram.
his character name was Amir.
I saw his latest commercial. He's doing a pirate.
Who, James Spader?
No, Aram.
Aram?
Where he's on a boat asking the other, he's a pirate, and There's people in the ocean, and they took his Butterfinger candy. I don't know if it's a Super Bowl commercial or what, but I was like, I know him. Yeah, he's so nice. He was so nice. James
Yes.
Spader, Denzel Washington, Johnny Depp.
Y'all, there's been many, many celebrities already come on the show, and we thank each and every one of them. Folks going back to the 80s to
Tracy
current.
Gold from Growing Pains.
So, how can they look at some of these?
I need to put him out. I'm not one of those people that's like, you know,
Right.
hey, look here, kind of whatever. I mean,
Well,
I
some
need to
of them
put him
have been
out.
guests on our show,
Yes.
so you can listen to them.
One of the cutest, I'm sorry, I just think it's adorable and I hated how it happened is when Faith interviewed Abigail Hawk from Blue Bloods and she's in the ICU and like we didn't have any background. Right. Faith was in the ICU when this happened. She would not let me reschedule. And she was determined to bring us in, you know. And the thing is that it was the day before. You remember she had coded the day before. Faith jumps back so fast. She's so resilient. She just comes back. She always says it's how many times she's danced with the Reaper. And it was the cutest intro ever because she was like, I love how she talks. I love her little accent. And she was like, we have someone very special with us today. And she goes, hello, Abigail. It was just the cutest thing ever. And Abigail Hawk was just so perfect, so sweet.
Was.
She was just, I mean, unbelievably just top-notch lady, really. And we've stayed in contact and quite a bit too. So she's definitely a first class lady. But we're trying to like get this up and going and helping more people and doing more things. And I also want to just touch base with the fact of the frustration that goes along with being a mom to a child that has any kind of special needs or yourself having special needs because our medical system, there is no other way to say it, sucks. It sucks. It's horrible. There are like HIPAA regulations that are supposed to be implemented that not that what is best for your child is, you're always fighting the fight for your child. I understand these people that, are on drugs or they're pimping out their kids. These are realistic things that happen, right? These things happen. But when you're a parent that lives and breathes and dedicated their entire life to the success and survival of that child, then maybe you need to take them a little more seriously, especially when they know everything about their child inside and out in regards to their medical history, when they know what works and what doesn't. When you have an active parent who literally goes above and beyond to make sure that every tiny thing is taken care of before it happens so that it's prevented and you don't have to worry about that. But then when you have these schmucks who doesn't know whether to itch their butt or wind their watch, really, it's just not okay. And then they think their time is more valuable than ours. Yes, you get to clock out at the end of the day and go home and play golf and your old fancy sports car and shit. We are required to be under the poverty level if we want to even have any kind of insurance given to our kids. The thing is that you don't go through what we go through. And if you chose a specialty where you chose to be working with children, then don't be a pump because you say, oh, I'm going to call you at this time. Well, this time is set aside where we make sure that our children or child does not hear what's going to be said. We make sure that everything we need is in front of us and we're ready to have this conversation, and then not to even have the decency to keep your word or make a phone call like you say you're going to. You know, our time is just as valuable as yours. I get prejudged all the time when people just see me and they see this scarred up, amputated, deaf, person. They have no idea who I am. I don't throw my title at anybody. I don't throw my background at anybody. But if you come at me and tell me that I don't know anything about like my kid and what's best for her and what works for her, no child is able to be defined in black and white. Like you have all of these classes and courses and questionnaires that have to be done. And, does your child eat regularly? Well, if they're a feeding tube dependent, no. But you can't just say yes or no. That's not a question for that. It's a question that needs to be, answered with an other or, other and explained. They don't give you these options. It's either, basically red or green, go or stay. Has your child done X, Y, or Z? And those are literally the only options that are given to you. And they're not applicable to every situation that involves our kids. And that's not okay, And then you're going to judge them. Like you're going to say, oh, well, our child needs a break every 15 minutes to get up and move around for a minute. But I'm going to test you for 4 hours straight and not give you a break. I mean, these are things that are so wrong in the society, or you have to have someone around that watches them for, let's say, seizure precautions. But when they are questioning your child or doing the neuropsychology examination on your child, whoever is questioning your child is not prone or trained as the doctors tell you they need to have on your child at all times. But you're in a childlike facility, child hospital, where you are going to get assistance and then they can't even abide by the rules to which they set. My husband is giving me this look. What? Go ahead. What?
Because I love it when you go off on your little tangent.
Because stupid people make my head hurt.
Y'all go see how passionate she is about this.
I mean, when I say stupid people make my head hurt, I don't mean challenged IQ in any way. I mean just dumb ass idiots who have no business working with our kids because you could say one thing and shit in the other and see which one folds up first. I mean, seriously, you have no idea what we go through. And the doctors want to be so quick to judge, right? Our daughter, sorry, had a tracheostomy. And pulmonology couldn't believe that in the entire time of her being trach dependent, she never had, not one, did she ever have an infection. Never. She didn't even have any kind of yeast growing around her tracheostomy. She never had RSV. She didn't have any of these issues. Like,
why was that?
Because I went above and beyond. They go home at the end of the day. This was my kid, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let something else happen when it could be prevented by just doing a few other things, right? So that's what I did. I did other things, like when she had her feeding tubes. She never had any issue with her stoma. She never had a stoma infection. She never had granulomas around the stoma. These are all things that, because I made sure that it was always clean and she was taken care of. And that's how I've always been with her health, right? But when you go to a doctor, I guess that's why they call it practicing medicine. When you go to them and say, this isn't correct, this needs to be done, and you have a doctor that says, oh, tell me what you want me to change on the corrections. Tell me what you want me to change on the 18-page report, and I'll put in there whatever you want in the medical record. And oh, I did review the medical history, which is bullshit because none of it coincides with the truth. But that doesn't matter. But we're going to bill the insurance, tens of thousands of dollars for some student who is not trained on your child and has never met you either to test them when the doctor themselves aren't even involved in the testing. They just discuss it with the student after the fact. And that's not okay. It's not okay. And so if any of y'all are out there and you need an IEP advocate or you want me to review your IEP, I do offer that as well. I am that. My husband doesn't like it when I call me the pit bull, which was my nickname, but I will go in there and fight for every single thing that your child has due and should be getting, and the services should be getting, and how they should be reporting it and showing you work product and attendance records, and they won't. And an IEP meeting, they try to go in there and make you out to be the uncomfortable one in the corner, and they try to overpower you in numbers. And you know what? You hold all of, and they don't want to tell you that. They don't want you to know that it's really your meeting and They try to make you feel like some tiny little thing that, is equivalent to nothing and you don't know what you're doing. But I'm here to tell you that they're full of shit. And if you ever need help with that, I will happily be there for you too. I'm going to sit back for a minute because my husband's looking at me in this really weird way. And I'm just going to let him say what's on his mind.
See why I love this woman. So the reason I don't like the word pit bull for you now, even though the connotation is, oh, you're aggressive, you'll lock onto something and you won't let go, and you'll just fight to the bitter end. Okay, that's the perception that the society has on pit bulls. Okay, I went through canine school. I got bit a lot, folks, a lot, with the sleeve and in the red man suit. Okay, in the red man suit,
That's defense tax.
fair game anywhere on your body part, except for your hands. You don't cover up your hands. But pretty much anywhere that dog can latch onto, it's going to get you. Okay, and guess what? They were shepherds and Malawas. Okay, that's over 300 pounds of bite force.
I'm not over 300 pounds.
Bite force. Okay, your bite force is a little bit more. Am I saying you got a big mouth? Maybe no. But regardless, I go into many houses throughout the week. No, don't interrupt me, woman. And I play with everybody's dog. You know this. I come home smelling like a freaking dog pound whorehouse. R3's service animals, they get all over my butt. But I play with a lot of pit bulls. They are nothing but cuddle bugs. When I go into their house, sit down on their level, and I play with them. Have I came home and said, "Oh dear, I got bit today. I need to go get my rabies shot."
Are you identifying yourself as a dog?
No,
Okay. Cat?
but I have not. So I would like to come up with a different name other than
Don't ask the listeners to give me a name.
pit bull for my wife. Okay?
Well, you can't call me chicken.
No.
That's between us, so you can't identify that.
We'll come up with a different name for you.
Hmm.
Okay? Fierce.
It only took you like 5 years to give me my first one back then.
First nickname?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so are you happy? Y'all, this is my soulmate. If y'all don't know, just look at our website, look at the pictures of us, go through any of our Facebook.
Does that mean I can finally sing online?
If you want to sing,
You told me I wasn't allowed. You told me I wasn't allowed.
Let the world hear your voice.
No.
And then old Simon be calling you up. I need you on my show.
America's Got Talent.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's got a beautiful voice. She's my sweetheart. Did I say something mushy in that last Facebook?
No.
I need some ideas what to get my wife for Valentine's because I suck at presents.
You really do.
I do. And don't say flowers. It's a give me.
You don't give me flowers.
Exactly. It's too cliche.
Hey.
And they die.
Do you want to talk about the flowers for Faith's adoption, how that happened?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Somebody knocked on the door and said they had a delivery and we videoed it. And of course, my husband's looking with this like wide-eyed deer in the headlight thing and walks outside. He's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Cobalt blue vase with both my husband and Faith's favorite color flowers, and the vase matched the outfit they both had with their accessories, all planned. So colors of the flowers and the vase, everything matched the two of them. And of course, she's like, "Dad, you got me flowers." And then she reads the card, and she goes over and hugs you, and you just give me this look. And then she walked up and she goes, she's like, "I know you did it. I know you did it." it's the little things like that.
Yes, it does.
Yes, yes, it does.
So, what else you want to talk about?
What are you gonna get me for Valentine?
I don't rightly know. I'm waiting on my listeners. Y'all have to comment. Write to us.
How about some suggestions?
They get just a few days.
Like, did you always wait till the last minute?
I do.
Or you don't do, yeah.
Because I saved the best for last.
Going out for dinner is not going to happen because you're not going to get in anyway the whole weekend.
I'll cook.
What'd I do to you?
Grilled cheese.
You set the fire alarm off earlier.
I normally do set the fire alarm off.
Yeah. So one night this week, we'll have to go to dinner for early Valentine's this week during the week, just not Friday, Saturday. Because that'll be ridiculous. And I don't like going to dinners. So it'll have to be one night during the week.
I'll let you take us out.
No, you take us out.
No,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Babe.
Huh?
Our listeners.
Go ahead. Don't you love me? You just said no. You just said no.
I got a joke in it. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Contagious Smile Unstoppable with Victoria and Michael. Y'all get on Amazon, check out those books by Victoria Cure and Faith Cure Solomon. Her book is adorable. My wife's book is a horror show. And yeah, so there. I would encourage you, men, don't read it because you couldn't handle it.
So you're saying women are the stronger sex?
Women are a lot stronger when it comes to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But you men buy the I Am Kitten book. All right, we'll see y'all next week or hear from you hopefully soon. Bye, y'all.